You say lead with everyone. No one. If anyone is here at the start, then welcome to our first Tottenham live stream where we're going to be watching Tottenham. It's an exciting time. I've already dug my hole. Ross. If Ross saw, he's going to hate me. This is Ross. He'll hate me for what I've said, but I've pretty much got all in with that. We're going to fuck City up, Ross.
No.
Mate, he went like all in. Like he's called them shit. He said Mourinho's shit, all sorts. He's gone like full send.
I did not say Mourinho's shit. What a weird way
Pep
to
shit,
go
sorry.
all in.
Rain into City, but also Mourinho.
Also, we are going to batter them. So yeah, Adam. Sorry, this is Ross. This is my Kendall friend. Ross, this is Adam. He's my Manchester friend. He is the definition of Manchester friend as well. I think he's the only man I actually know from Manchester. I know people I worked with. They count.
Yeah, he says stuff like Juventus, and that's how
Juventus. Oh,
that's how Mancado is.
No.
Oh, Josh, we lost Josh for a second.
Sorry. I just wanted to connect my. I'm trying to connect these other headphones to my computer, and it's not having it. It was trying to connect to my phone.
Yeah, we got the team sheet going up, boys. Have a chat about it before we kick off.
Okay. Well, me and Ross, I think it's fair to say, very confused about the presence of Steven Bergwijn, a man who apparently just got sent back from the Netherlands for being overweight.
Yeah, it's like he's not fit enough to train, and then just suddenly he's in our first team,
which is nice.
I don't know what's going on there.
It's a very Mourinho thing to do.
Torres is a bit scary from the City perspective. He's just got a hat trick against Germany.
It was a shit Germany with shit players like Werner and Havertz. So
I was about to say it was a nice hat trick though. Like the actual goals he scored were really nice.
Have you got the City squad?
Yeah,
I don't have the graphic, but
it's Jesus, Ferran Torres, and Mahrez up top. Midfield is De Bruyne, Rodri, and Bernardo Silva, the very man that I said, fuck off, what they're going to do, Bernardo Silva is. And the back four is Walker, Ruben Diaz, Laporte, and is it Cancelo?
Yeah, Cancelo.
Yeah. With a bit of Edison, obviously, between the sticks. But you know what City don't have? Bloody Regulon. I love him.
Do you think you should best sign him?
I think if City buy him back, if Madrid buy him back relatively soon, then no. But if he does become a mainstay, then yes. It all depends if Madrid realise that he's good in the next 2 years.
Hopefully they don't. But no,
You've got to just keep chatting shit about him online, haven't you?
Well, he is shit.
If any Real Madrid fans or higher ups are watching, he's awful.
Well, one could argue if a Real Madrid fan really exists, or if people that watch Madrid eventually and on them exist.
That is a massive shout, to be fair.
Well, I definitely joined at the wrong time, but I only coming to say hello, really. I'm going to be watching Come Down with me instead of the game. So, by the way, it's going to be 3-1 City.
3-1 City.
City. Adam's got his predictions in. I love that. Predictions in, and he's leaving.
I'm sorry I can't watch it here, but I've got better things to do.
Come down with me, can you?
Got better things to do.
You know, we could. I'm all up for changing this to a come down with me watch along.
Some guy's an absolute twat.
Yeah. Well, I'll quickly change the title of the stream and we'll move on.
Anyone that's already in, just like.
No, they're all for it. They're all for it.
Yeah.
They're like, finally.
Come down with me,
in a bit, Adam. He's gone.
Oh dear, Adam. What
That was
what
a
a
time.
sad little man you are, Adam. He
Well, at
has
least I can
all
get
the decorum of a reversing dump truck. I still haven't actually managed to get any sound through yet, which is rather annoying. But we have kicked off, so let's go. Come on, you Spurs. Has everyone kicked off? Is everyone
Yeah.
on time with each other?
You know what? We might be more in sync this time round that you're using Now TV. What second are you in?
I'm on the 17th, 18th, 19th.
I'm on the
20th.
45th second.
Ross is well ahead, but I'm on time with you, Josh.
So
Josh is
this makes
Ross
a
is going to
change
be
actually, because when
celebrating.
me and Ross watch football together a lot of the time, my phone buzzes and I do ruin it accidentally.
Oh yeah, if I've got any of those apps open, I have to like mute them during the game, especially if you're watching a dodgy stream.
That's fun.
A little spoiler, Ferran Torres has had it already, having pops at goal.
Good.
I know. What? Is everyone back now?
We never left, mate.
Yeah.
I don't think Josh is okay.
I think I know. I think I'm back now.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're good.
Okay. I think what just happened was I know what just happened. My headphones did just switch.
Oh, fair enough. No worries.
And it really everything panicked.
All right, no worries. Well, all right, I'm just going to dip out for just a second, but you guys carry on speaking.
That's fine. I think someone just had a shot there, did they, Ross?
What was that?
Did someone just have a shot there?
Yeah, Ferran Torres had a shot a minute ago, and so you're just like popping it round at the moment.
Well, at least he's not up for it.
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, last time we had none of the ball, 1-2-0. So
I do regret saying what are they going to do, Ferran Torres, because Bernardo Silva is, because I am fully aware. I'm not an idiot. I do know that Bernardo Silva is a good player.
Yeah.
I just lied. No, I don't know. Up until 2 minutes 40 ago,
yeah,
I've been so unbelievably confident about this match. And as soon as it's kicked off, I've kind of remembered. But normally,
it's 50.
But normally it's the other way around. Normally I'm worried, and then I start watching us play, and I'm like, all right, cool. But this time I am properly like, oh shit! And like the camera cut to De Bruyne before, and I was like, hello.
Yeah. Oh yeah, De Bruyne.
Oh, De Bruyne.
Fair. Kane's better at passing than De Bruyne, so
it is arguable. And from what I've seen so far, this is definitely going to have to be a game we're going to have to grow into. I think.
Oh, absolutely. We're not looking that great, but you know,
we're not looking.
Only the first couple of minutes.
No, and to be fair, you know, sometimes it's good when Tottenham don't look great to start with. I find. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because sometimes
if we
start well, it tends to just go backwards.
We go, the Tottenham players go, we're actually really good, but then stop being good. And Mourinho's like, no, lads, you still haven't.
You have to be good for the whole game. It was like West Ham just like, we've been good for 80 minutes.
Too many shirts. I was going to say, with the City shirt, too many shirts have such a good design, but only just panel it on the front. Like,
yes. Sorry, I can help but react.
Has something happened, Ross?
Something may have happened.
What minute are you in? Because I'm in the 4.
I'm 4 minutes 30 seconds, so it's coming.
Oh, it's coming. Oh, it's just Pep now. So is this why it's a bit confusing?
Oh, it's a great ball through.
It's just through, and it's Son again. Was it Kane?
Cancelo's playing Son on side. Oh,
Son
loves.
I absolutely love Jay just pop in and then just dip out again there for the goal.
Oh, he makes him as well.
Oh, my sister's just messaged me as well because she's a City fan. I forgot. Get in.
I was going to say undeserved, but it's only 5 minutes in.
Well, technically, it is undeserved. Like, it is undeserved. Like, but
that's our only chance, and then we just make Edison.
Son absolutely adores a City goal as well.
He does.
Like, I remember, do you know the one game I always forget happened? Like, I think me and you have quite a good repertoire of games in our head, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you remember that game we went 2-0 down and then Son and Dele Alli brought it back? It was about 3 years ago, and it was the same season where Everton batted City.
I think so, yeah.
I never remember that game happened, but because I remember it was a really busy shift at work. And I kind of, because it was so busy, it took until an hour after I'd finished at like 11 o'clock. I was walking home, it was like midnight, and I just checked my phone, and there was the Tottenham and City result. It's one of the only times a Tottenham game has fully passed me by.
Yeah.
And then so I was just like, oh, right. Cool.
Like, we've drawn. I remember that because I think it was like the Son goal, wasn't there like some sort of controversy? There was a foul or an offside or something in it.
Yeah, maybe. I can't remember who scored for City, but yeah, that's Son. Obviously, a hat trick in the Champions League that is debatable because it was over 2 games, but I'll count it.
Yeah. Also, the amount of times we've got lucky against City is unbelievable. Like with the Champions League, that the draw at the start of last season where VAR ruled it out at the end. And we just both burst out laughing. It was that ludicrous that City didn't win that game.
Well, what was the more ludicrous thing about that? Just Son just hates City. Paul Singh knows. See, Paul Singh knows about the way. He does. So yeah, we are discussing this. So if you are watching, feel free to comment below on anything that we do say. But what was more nonsense in that last City game, Ross? Was it the controversial VAR decision that took away their winner, or was it how far Edison was off his line for the Lamella goal?
Oh my god, that was mental. He was nowhere near where he was. It was so far away from the goal line. It was like stood like right at the other end of his goal. So Lamella was just like, right, I'll just pop it in.
It was such a beautiful moment because it was one of those shots where as soon as he took it, me and you both just went, "Oh, really?"
Yeah, and then you sort of saw the replays, and you're like, "Oh, of course he did. That's the worst goalkeeper position I've ever seen in my life."
Because if there's one thing a professional footballer can do, it's put a bit of bend on a ball. Like even not necessarily. Like there's 2 levels. There's the Ericsson free kick bend, which is world class, but any footballer can curl a pass. Like really.
Yeah.
Under pressure.
Well, any in the Premier League anyway.
Yeah.
So at that level, of course you can.
You're still expecting bloody Lewis. No, Lewis seems like a good footballer. Who am I thinking of? You're still expecting. Oh God, I can't think of an average.
Isaac Hayden.
Isaac Hayden. That is an excellent example. Who is the most? Who is the most? Like they can be good, but who's the most forgettable player in the Premier League? Isaac Hayden is a very good shout. In a few years, who will we be looking back on and going, oh, yeah. Even if they're still at that... Oh, what a block from...
oh, yeah. Jesus' block.
From Jesus, yeah. Cheers, pal.
That's what the look against City is unreal.
That was offside.
That was bottom corner. Said it Tanny's Jesus' arse.
That's superb. Yeah, Isaac Hayden's a very good shout. Not quite related to our saying, but did you know that today marks 2.5 years-ish since Andy Carroll last scored in the Premier League?
Oh.
Which makes an argument. I'm not very good at football, but could I be just as effective in the Premier League as Andy Carroll over the past 2.5 years?
Well, over the past 2.5 years, yeah. In terms of 0 goals, sure.
I don't understand. If you're a striker, how does one not tanny off your Jack Cork, says Paul Singh. Elliot will hate us for that. I'm kind of embedded with a bit of Jack Cork in my mind because I know a pretty staunch Burnley fan. And I do remember that weird transfer video where he just took a sat nav back to Burnley. That was him, wasn't it? From Swansea. God, someone like Baldock, I think.
Baldock, yeah. If Sheffield United go down, then definitely.
Yeah, because we'll remember, like, not in the same way as Mitchie, but we'll remember Ludstrom, and we'll remember McGoldrick, and we'll remember Egan. But someone like Baldock will get lost in the annals of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would have said Jeff Hendrick when he was at Burnley, but now that he's at Newcastle, he just doesn't look right. So now he's in my mind.
Yeah, he sort of sticks out, doesn't he? It's like, what are you doing there, Jeff? Birdman just did something good.
Are you coming back at all, Jay? By the way, I don't know if you can hear us, but
hello. I've changed my t-shirt. I was getting really hot. I'm just promoting the stream in the background whilst you guys are chatting.
Well, Jay, can you think of the most forgettable Premier League player?
Any Burnley player.
Let's narrow it down. Oh, don't do this, Ross. Stop.
I think something's going to VAR, but I'm not sure.
Okay, I can see it. He's just running into the box. Is that Ferran Torres?
It's Sissoko on him.
Sissoko looked innocent. Oh, we've got away with it. We've got away with it.
Stuart Armstrong is a fantastic shout.
Paul's good at this, you know.
I'd probably put Romeo in there as well as a good shout. As a forgettable player.
He won the Champions League with us.
Yeah, exactly. You won the Champions League. You wouldn't think of it, would you? You'd be like,
who's the most let's narrow down the brackets. Most forgettable player in the top 6.
Ooh, in the top 6.
Yeah. So the generic top 6, not the current top 6. The generic big 6. Sorry.
Yeah. Before we get on, your man's here, Josh.
Oh, it's Ace. Hi, Ace. How's your mum?
This is for you, Ace. Also, we got a new member here. Welcome.
Hello, Praneeth. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Praneeth?
Praneeth P. Hello. Welcome,
Praneeth P.
He's a Spurs fan. Subscribe, mate. You get all the Spurs content here from that fella there.
You get all the Spurs content. But there's not a single thing Spurs that I don't post. That's a lie. I'm useless. I try.
The grass has grown by 1 millimetre.
That is lovely. Oh, is it offside, Ross?
He's a mile offside, yeah. He's so far offside.
Just a caveat, because if you haven't been watching for the whole stream, Ross is ahead of us, so,
yeah.
So he's seen it before we see it.
I couldn't help it with the goal, but I'll try not to spoil it before you guys get
Ross,
there.
Celebrate away. We're not going to take this away from you. Do you want to just message on a slightly unrelated note? Me and Ross have just been invited to a big Among Us group. Can you message them back, Ross, and say that we're busy for it?
We've been invited to what?
Who's Cuntman? Is that Matt or is that Connor? It's Connor.
I think that's Connor.
Connor's just invited to us Among Us, and maybe just tell him that we're busy.
Okay, I would do, but it's on my phone, so.
Okay, right, never mind then. Sorry.
Mine
on my phone too. So, okay, right. Back to the question. So, Praneeth, we're trying to work out who the most forgettable player is in the top 6 right now.
I'd say Naby Keita. I forget about a lot. I forget his other goal. There's one for like 50 million or whatever.
Naby Keita is a very good shout.
Yeah. Shaqiri's kind of forgettable, I'd say. Like, he hasn't appeared much, has he?
No, you remember him because of his career path. Like, you can't forget about the Inter Milan, Bayern Munich, Stoke, Liverpool.
It's like dirt. Yeah, look, Ace has picked up on something.
I have. It's not fresh anymore. I actually look like a horrible slug child when it's a fresh shave. Right now it's back to a bit of a stubble, which is all right, I think. Which is, I did forget about that when I put the advertisement on this, and I took a little clip from us talking about the game, and I forgot that before me, and I'm like, "Fuck City," and it just cuts to me like this. I'm like, it looks like I'm like a really old prediction.
So Paul's gone with Scott Carson as well.
Scott Carson.
No, we're not having.
I remember him a lot.
Ross scored the greatest Pez goal I've ever seen against me with Scott Carson, and I'm not happy.
It was unbelievable. Probably from like the halfway line.
It was
just
a volley.
Like,
it was a volley. Flicked it and volleyed it on the halfway line past tiny Jesse Lingard. God, this is. I guess it's quite hard to find a top 6 one. So from each club, who's the most forgettable players? If I'm a rival fan, I think I forget about. I love him and I think he's class. But if I'm a rival fan, I think I forget about Højbjerg.
Yeah,
I think if I'm a rival fan of Spurs, I'd probably forget about Bergwijn even when he's on the pitch. Like,
that's fair.
I forget about Bergwijn sometimes, and I'm a Tottenham fan.
It's such a hard question though, because it's
Chelsea,
like you're
probably Hudson-Odoi because he should probably go.
No,
yeah,
for his own.
That doesn't make you forgettable.
I know, but I think he is because when was the last time he played, Jay?
Today.
All right, well,
a couple hours ago.
Oh, exactly. We didn't know.
True. No, I mean, sadly, Loftus-Cheek is kind of getting forgotten. He's gone to Fulham now.
Player, mate. He's a Fulham player. Deal with it.
Yeah, but he's on loan.
Doesn't count. We can't be. Me and Ross aren't bloody Ryan Sessegnon, who did score today for Hoffenheim.
I saw that. Yeah.
It's such a difficult question.
If it was last season, it would be Foyth.
Foyth, just Foyth, man.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Well, technically, he's still our player, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can't say that about fucking Foyth and not about fucking Ruben.
I'll tell you who is a shout, but doesn't really count. Cameron Carter-Vickers.
He's just a modern day Stephen Cooker.
Yeah, we've got some comments, boys. So Ace said Matip.
Matip's a decent shout.
Paul said Socrates.
Socrates is all right.
Yeah.
And we got Cedric Omari.
Cedric's a good shout.
Cedric is a good shout.
But then also Cedric wins currently.
Also, a new debate has been formed, boys.
Yeah.
Anyone play Pez? And Paul is saying Pez is better than FIFA.
Here's my two cents on that. Jay and Ross both know this. When I was a kid, when I was a little boy, if you gave me 6 toy cars and 5 of them were the same size, and then the 6th toy car was too big, I was like, I'm not having that. I'm not comfortable with that, so I wouldn't play with them. In the same way, when Pez gives me Lillywhite FC and Barnsley XR, it just triggers me. The gameplay of Pez is better. When you score a goal on Pez, it is more satisfying. However, arguably it's less fun.
Yeah.
Arguably they're trying to leech us less for Ultimate Team packs. They're probably more.
They're not promoting gambling for children as much, so they've got that.
There is that. But at the moment,
good point.
Even though, and this is a problem with me, even though last season I said to myself, Pez has been better to play than FIFA, I still bought FIFA 21 and not Pez 21.
I haven't played Pez in about 10 years. So I feel like I couldn't even help for this.
It's a lot better than what it used to be.
Yeah.
Because probably about 5 years ago, I don't think anyone was playing Pez, whereas now it's what's better.
Last season, it did take me 10 hours to fully change. At least they do let you change the names and stuff. So it took me about 10 hours to fully change every name.
Yeah.
Get all the kits looking the way I wanted, because it does let you edit the kit. So
if you were playing on a PC, you'd be able to just get a mod that does that instantly. So you play on a PC,
I think football games on a PC in general don't.
Yeah, you can still use a controller though.
Yeah, we got some more comments, boys.
You can't see the controller. I look like a. Which club?
This one's for you, Josh. Well, it's not for you. He's clearly a Spurs fan.
Barnsley.
I'm a Chelsea fan, so everyone in the stream probably hates me, and then Ross is also a Spurs fan. So I'm just here to be a dick, really.
We've got to stay here because unfortunately, Dogan, Dorgan Gramsci, I see now. I was trying to get your name right there, and now I realise that is not your name. I run this channel with Jay, so he's here for that reason. We haven't just invited a Chelsea fan along for shits and giggles. He's actually in control of the stream because he has the account.
Yeah, I could quite easily just get rid of Josh, and that'd be great. We've got some.
Spurs shirt. Is this an original? Is that what you're asking? I mean, it's not what do you mean an original? It's not an original. It's not the first ever.
Well, no, but I feel like it's not a fake. You know what I mean?
It's not a fake. No,
it's not homemade.
It's not homemade. Listen, when I was in Thailand, there was some incredible fakes, but it'd be just the one weirdest thing that's off. So like your Spurs shirt would be like, instead of like that, it'd look exactly like that, but it'd be like ATA instead of AIA. Like just something weird like that.
Well, do you not remember? Like, I had an old fake Tottenham shirt that it was the blue one that had the coloured shoulders. It was the same as the Barcelona training kit, and it had no Nike badge. It just had the Tottenham badge. It had AIA, but then on one side it had Champions. It had the respect from Champions League.
Yeah.
But on the other side, it had the Premier League. But then on the back was in England's font, Harry Kane, number 9. It was so
all over the place.
So I did what any reasonable person would do. Sorry, quickly, where I stitched unicorn limbs to it and wore it as fancy dress to a Halloween party.
Right, Paul, I see ya up the Blues. You got a Chelsea fan. And Chelsea's cool, but imagine being a Gooner.
Well, we can disagree with that, but again, I would write yes.
No Arsenal fans on this channel.
There aren't, because I don't think an Arsenal fan would get any joy from watching this. There's no like there are podcasts where, for instance, James Alcott, etc., the kickoff people slag off Arsenal, but there's always someone that's impartial, doesn't mind. Not here. We've got a United fan, a Chelsea fan, and a Tottenham fan, and currently another Tottenham fan, all of which have zero time for that weird little club.
None whatsoever. Yeah, here's a question about the actual game that we are supposed to be watching, but we're talking about other stuff.
I am watching it. Wait a minute, because Son's through.
Son is through, passes it back to Kane, but good defending. Do you think Bale will come in today, lads?
Absolutely. The substitutions will be depending on the score, I guess, but the most likely substitutions will be Lo Celso, Bale, and
I think if we're still winning, Rodon will come on.
Yeah, I think Mourinho's going to start putting a lot of trust on Rodon. Although I have heard that we want a centre back to replace Sanchez in January.
Oh,
could that be another Milan Skriniar 5,500 viewed video, Jay?
Oh mate, I don't care if you're not even linked with him. We're making a video.
Most viewed video on the channel is the one transfer that didn't actually come off for us.
It's so peak, isn't it? Paul said City look really off with their midfield is too weak.
That is very fair. Like, is Rodri a success of a signing? I don't think he's a bad player, but he's not a Fernandinho replacement, is he?
Yeah, he's just not as good as Fernandinho, and you can tell, really, can't you? I think the less Fernandinho plays, the worse City look.
Well, the issue is, apart from De Bruyne, it's just a full-on downgrade because Bernardo Silva is a confusing player because he sometimes plays on the wing, he sometimes plays in that centre mid player. He's now playing the David Silva role. But he's a downgrade. So apart from De Bruyne, Bernardo's a downgrade on Silva and Rodri's a downgrade on Fernandinho. And then you're missing for a while now Yaya Toure out of that as well. So it's just, that could have been a pen, couldn't it?
It was a good tackle.
Honestly, there's been so much happening. I don't know whether it will go to VAR or not. They're looking at Mike Dean, but
that looks like a Stonewall pen to me for
I don't think it is from the replays.
I really hope Bernardo Silva scores, Josh, just because of what you said.
Yeah, me and Ross have already discussed my foolish error. I did say that I'm aware that Bernardo Silva is a good player and I'm the idiot. So,
oh, God.
That does look like a pen, doesn't it?
Let's just have another look at that again.
Not on the replays.
No, not on the. Okay, no.
It's a good tackle, actually.
I know.
But yeah, going back to your City thing, like they've just lost the backbone of the squad, haven't they? And it's maybe that's what they're lacking this season so far. It's just that them leaders, that the backbone, the strength of the squad. Now you've got these fancy, great technical players, but they've like a bit of there's no spine.
Ooh, Lloris, God. It's very bizarre that I'm glad that because of all the talents that he has, I'm incredibly glad that Pep hasn't decided to start Foden.
Yeah, that's a strange one.
Some bad news.
I've just seen Ross's face.
There's VAR coming, I think.
There's some VAR coming, so we'll have a look at this now, Josh. So Morris is just coming in off the right.
Yeah, I'm on the same.
Ball whipped in. They're trying to say handball, but
handball.
I didn't see it. Maybe handball.
I'm going to change the score just for now.
No, Jay, do not change that score until anything's confirmed.
Just for now.
Put that score back down.
I think there's two possible handballs.
Jay, you take that one. Take it off now. Take it off now.
It's off, man. It's off.
Until we have a kickoff.
Wait. How about this?
That's a handball.
How about no, Josh? How about this?
I feel like it could have come off Laporte's arm and Jesus'.
Right, let's have a look. It definitely.
He's going to the monitor.
It definitely hits.
No,
Jesus.
That's not a handball.
Jesus is.
There's two where I was like.
Jesus is.
Oh no, Penreef, what's happened, mate? He's broke his phone. That's a fucking goal. It's so seriously, I just broke my phone. It's all going downhill, mate.
It's not a goal. Don't worry.
I think.
That's handball. Surely it is.
The thing is,
putting his arm towards
we get it. We get it for defensive actions now. Sometimes it hits your hand. That's okay. But for goal scoring opportunities, hands. Like you can't touch your hand. That's the thing now.
Yeah, if he touches the hand in the box now, like we're not saying this is right, but that's the rule at the minute.
No, I think this is right because you can't look. He actually controls it there. Look, Jay, if that doesn't hit his arm, he doesn't get the ball in front.
You know what sells it for me. It's the way he moves his arm, like he moves it in.
Yeah,
like if he's just jumped and his arms have gone up, but he's kind of moved his arm in, hasn't he?
You can see it like
it's not a goal, boys. Yeah.
Not a goal.
Let's take that question mark away.
and a quick moment of silence for Panesh's phone.
Sorry, mate. Sorry. Rest in peace.
You broke your phone for no reason, my friend.
That's not facing me.
I'm absolutely living for Rodri's reaction there.
Well, back to 1-0.
Back to 1-0. Come on, you Spurs.
What was we talking about before? We were talking about the backbone of City, weren't we?
We were just talking about City in general not being that impressive.
Well, you said it in the preview, mate. You said, I'm not as. You said it in a bit of an aggressive way, but you was like, I'm not as scared of City as I probably should have been. But when you think about it, it's like, they haven't been scary this season so far. I mean, where are they? 10th, and you know what I mean.
Well, obviously, they're a game behind, but still, you'd expect them higher up.
Yeah, definitely.
No,
and
the other thing about City is that technically, Tottenham, since we got over the Sherwood season of just getting battered by a lot of teams, we've actually had a pretty decent time against City. Like even at the height of their powers, Tottenham and City was a weird game where we could sometimes get battered, but there was that 4-1 game where Dyer Daisy cut the entire grass at the bottom corner. We've had the season where Leicester won. We got a Kane penalty and an Eriksen goal. Like we had that season where the season where Pep went on like an 8-game unbeaten streak at the start of the season. We were the ones to end that. Like it's been all right against it. We obviously the biggest one is we knocked them out of the Champions League. Like when we should have no right to.
The amount of luck we've had recently is unbelievable. I'd say almost when like they've just showed a little graphic and Son's the only player that hasn't been like
I don't know what happened then, but I think we had some technical difficulties. Let me know, the people that are watching, let me know if you can still see me. Them two have both dropped out just due to some technical difficulties. I got no clue what happened. Everything on my screen went blank. Yeah, Ross is back. Ross, you okay, mate?
Yeah. It was really just everything just went off, and I was like, "Is that me done?" Or
yeah, we're all back, lads. I don't know what happened then.
Happened to me there. Yeah. Sorry, Ross, you're about to say luck, I think.
Oh yeah, how much luck we've had. Like even in this game, like that handball. Like if a couple of years ago we wouldn't have got that without VAR. And like VAR has gone against us in every game against every other team, but against City, VAR is our friend.
Yeah.
Like we've probably done so much, but then
I thought of a forgettable top 6 player.
Oh, hello,
Zinchenko.
You know what? Did you guys watch the All or Nothing City documentary? He was like featured in that heavily, so like that's all I can think about when I think of him. like
I just think of the fact that he was absolutely 100% a youth cam, and now he's just like wears the number 11.
That triggers you as well.
That does trigger me a bit. I mean, the most triggering number 11 in the league, no matter for how moral reasons he's done it, is Rui Patricio.
Yeah, that's not right, man. He's like, I'm the goalkeeper. I'm twice as good as the goalkeeper, so I'm going to be 1-1.
Do you have any more comments, Jason? We've just because we obviously died a little bit there.
Yeah, no, we haven't had any comments. People were a bit worried, like, but what happened and that.
Sorry, guys, we have no idea. Everything went sad.
Everything just went, and I was literally sat there, and I got rid of you guys, and then I just returned like, "Hello, can anyone hear me?"
For me, what was really weird is me and Ross left, and it was just me staying at you, and I was like, "Why?"
Marcus said, "What minute you guys on?" So me and Josh are on 1 minute 33 minutes and 33 seconds.
Really bad.
I'm on 34 exactly.
Oh god! But Ross is quite ahead,
30 seconds ahead of us. Yeah, I just hit I'm 33.50 now.
I keep forgetting to do this. I need to try and get a timer on the stream. Because that would really help people like syncing it up and stuff. But even then, we're not synced, so it doesn't all work. Listen, when COVID's over, we can watch the games together, boys, and then we can stream on one camera.
Yeah,
it'd be nice. It'd be a nice time.
But until then, we'll have this out of sync, out of contact kind of stream. But we have fun.
We're just here for the fun. So, what? Who's impressing us this game? I guess is a good one to go to.
That's from a Spurs perspective, or
from any perspective, I guess.
I'd say Reguilon's just done bits that you'll see in a second defensively.
I'm watching it now. That is excellent. And
yeah, so that's great. I'd say
Danny
Kane
Rose
personally winning battles as well.
He's such a good player, man. I am like, I mean, I love Chilwell, but he's so good. Like, he's a proper left back, isn't he?
Yeah, do you know what I do really enjoy as well? I'm not necessarily. I mean, I know it's not that I'm not condoning it. Let's word this properly. I'm absolutely loving Kane getting his body in the way of the City players and going down, and then City, who base 90% of their football on tactical fouls, are throwing his fits.
Yeah,
inject that into my veins.
That's fun. That is fun. Marcus just said, "Have Spurs got the goal like privilege?" I kind of forgot about this. It feels a bit wrong, but there's your goal lights, boys.
Right.
That's for the first one. I'll give it you just for the bit of the fun. And
that's what Jay does whenever Chelsea scores for us.
Oh yeah, just for
okay.
That's the goal lights. Sorry, Ross didn't.
Just any time there's a goal, 3 p.m. kickoff, just chaos.
It's fucking right. Tarifa said your prediction for the Champions League.
Can you be a bit clearer there? Who's going to win it? How's Chelsea going to do? I think Tottenham might do quite poorly this season, if that's what you're asking.
I feel like we might be talking Spurs. So go on, have a word with Spurs.
Well, what are you on about, Joe? We're not in the Champions League.
Oh shit! I forgot you weren't. How are you going to do? How you going to do?
Well, yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean, predict? Can you just clarify what you mean there? Who's going to win it? Is Chelsea going to do well? Are Tottenham going to qualify for this season's champ? What do you mean?
Well, we can go with who do you think is going to win it. I mean, the obvious answer is Bayern, so no one can say that. Other than Bayern, who do we think has a chance of winning it?
Other than Bayern, a tough one, really.
Because you got Barcelona ain't looking great. Real Madrid ain't looking great. City never look like they're going to win it.
I'd say Liverpool are in the shout.
Yeah,
because they'll have recovered from most of their injuries by the time the group stage is over.
What would be really nice is obviously Liverpool handed humbling to Bayern, didn't they? Just before Bayern kicked into gear the next season. Like in the season that Liverpool won it, they just swatted Bayern aside, didn't they? And then Bayern came into their own. So a final of Bayern-Liverpool at the current peak of their powers would be very enjoyable.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if Bayern were.
Well, Paul just said even Bayern drew to a team today who's survived relegation through the playoff last year. So even Bayern
did they end up? Was it still 1-1 by the end, Paul? Is that
how
it ended? I think it was Gladbach.
Neuer did an amazing double save.
Fair enough. Just remove me for 1 second, Joe. I'm going to just get a beer.
No worries. Penreef said top 4 in the Premier League. That's what he actually meant. So who's going to finish top 4?
Top 4.
It's difficult.
It is difficult. I'd say probably like Liverpool and City will still be in the top 4, I think. And then I think Chelsea and Tottenham, but I could see Arsenal sneaking in there as well, depending on how they do. But
yeah, well, if I think the Chelsea and Spurs, not just saying that because it's just me and you here, but Chelsea and Spurs are the more likely to be better than the United and the Arsenals. But the problem this year isn't United and Arsenal. Apparently, it's going to be Leicester and Southampton. They're the teams we're going to have to be fighting for those top 4 places. But to be fair, I think Josh would probably say this as well. But at the end of last season, Leicester were challenging for top 4 last season, and there is always that kind of drop-off point, isn't there?
There's Leicester as well, isn't there? Who indeed is injured, and they're still right up there.
Yeah, and they're an incredible squad, and they can only learn from last year, of course. But they, Josh, I saw you, mate. They can only learn from last year, But yeah, no, they have a really good squad. Let me just we got some more comments here. So give me a second. Yeah, so Boyette Quillian has said, it's a shame to lose Ericsson. He doesn't even look happy during the inter-trainings.
It is a sad one, that. Like, I'm curious. I think me and Ross have spoken about this a bit, but I would take him back in a heartbeat. I don't think he starts for us weirdly at the moment, because he's not class, just because of the particular system we're playing. And how good Ndombele seems to be for us at the moment. But
good defensive work from Spurs there.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, the thing with Ericsson is Conte never wanted him and doesn't fancy him, which is sad, and that's why it's not going well for him. It's not because of the quality of player he is. He should be one of Inter's best players, and it is through Conte's stubbornness that's not happening.
Well, all right, so excluding Spurs, then where do you think he should go? If not Spurs or Inter?
The genuine thing is, oh my god, sorry, just see the attempts flash up.
Yeah, that little attempts traffic.
You fucking bastards.
No, the thing is with Ericsson, he should be at and would excel at a team that suit him. Juve or Barca, he would be great. But the thing is, it's this 5 at the back system. You play 5, you then play 2 midfielders, and then you kind of have an attacking trio. You could put Ericsson on the left of that, but you like a bit of pace there. It's
I think Juve, like you just said, Juve would be a good shout, because like when you think of Juve's midfield right now, there's nothing like special about it, really, is there? And he could like spice that up a bit.
You ship Ramsey off in a heartbeat if you get the chance to get Ericsson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where else? Madrid is kind of with Madrid when he wanted to go there. No, but now Madrid's a bit more weird, possibly. Madrid don't have kind of changed what they are now. So I could see that working, especially Isco's their creative player, and he's often thrown out to the wing.
He is, yeah, and he's often got like fitness problems as well, hasn't he?
The cam is kind of dying a little bit.
Yeah, which is sad, really, because like it's always nice to watch a cam, really, isn't it? Like,
I mean, look at us.
There's been so many great, exciting players that play that position that just seems to be dying.
Let's have Ericsson go to Arsenal, and then just him and Ozil both be just not playing expensive cams. That would be great.
They can all be on Arsenal's wage bill and go live on a farm somewhere. Every sort of exciting can.
Right, Paul. Speaking of Arsenal, Paul said, "Who do you think will win the league first? Arsenal, United, or Spurs?"
United. Oh, I didn't see Spurs. I think Spurs have the biggest chance of winning the title out of those 3 teams this season. I don't think that's up for debate. So, by that logic, it would be weird for me not to say Tottenham, because I believe that we are in it with a shout this season. United definitely aren't. Arsenal almost definitely aren't.
I mean, I'd say the last 3 years, you guys, 3 or 4 years, it'd be you guys were the more likely to win the league over them 3 squads.
Not last season.
Yeah.
Maybe not last season. I mean, no, but you say that though. But you still were better than Arsenal. And United did well towards the end, but you're still better than Arsenal in the end. Yeah. So I think we're all agreeing with Spurs there, which is kind of nasty, isn't it? Chunky Monkey said, "I'm a Leeds fan, but I've always thought Spurs were a great team. I'm going to sub to you." Chunky Monkey, you're a legend.
Chunky Monkey. Honestly, I will apologise to you instantly. I can be a bit harsh about Leeds sometimes. Now that I know you're following, I'll try and be less. But I have.
Josh is quite harsh to Spurs to Leeds fans. I think Leeds are doing quite well.
Fans. I've never slagged off a Leeds fan.
True. Right. He also said, "Who's better, Son or Kane?" Which is Son or Kane. Big question, lads.
No, it's not. It's not a big question. It's Kane. Son is world class and one of the best players Tottenham's ever had. Kane could potentially be the best player Tottenham's ever had, and possibly one of the top 3 players the league's ever seen by the end of it. So,
yeah, that's the thing. Is it's like he's still got more to offer, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's after Shearer's records in terms of Premier League goals. He's after Rooney's record for England.
And it's
He's
mad,
after all the fucking records,
if he doesn't get Shearer's record, like, which, you know, there is a chance he won't, obviously. It's a great record.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get that, when you really sit down and look at them, the assists, which people won't do. Like, now that he's bringing that into his game and his general all-round play, like, the game's check. The question is as well, how many more goals would Harry Kane have that have been ruled out by the introduction of VAR? And, you know, like, he'd probably be 10, 15 more down the line that would have been given in the time of Shearer. So it is difficult. Like, it'd be very interesting to go through all of Shearer's goals and rule out, not that we should, but rule out the ones that wouldn't have counted nowadays. It would be interesting to then see how close they are.
Marcus said Son is more rounded player.
I don't think that's true. I think Kane's one of the most well-rounded players in the league.
I'd say Son's more exciting, maybe. But
Son's more exciting and explosive, but can you get more exciting than being the a two-time Golden Boot winner who's currently leading the assist charts, who's made 3 goal line clearances or blocks this season? Like that.
Oh yeah, there's that stats comparison with him, Alderweireld, and Dyer, and he's been our best defender as well.
Can I just add, by the way, you guys are getting dominated here, but they're doing nothing with it. They're doing absolutely nothing with it.
Oh, yeah, but
they'll get to your box and then Højbjerg is gonna fucking knock Mahrez out any second now. No, but it's kind of crazy what's happening. You've got your goal, and it's not even like you're sitting deep or anything, but they're just not doing anything with it. It's kind of crazy. We got some more questions. Thanks for sending all your questions in, guys, because that makes our life much easier. Praneeth says Leicester performance. Exactly. Leicester performance, what do you think? So I'm guessing this season.
Performance this season, it was exactly. They were smashing up Chelsea last season. They were great. They smashed up us for a game. They're great. The question mark of Brendan Rodgers. Is it Rajai?
Is it a Rajai?
Rajai is what happens in the last third of their season.
Yeah, me and Ross were talking about this just when you went for a beer. Like the thing with,
I was still in the ear.
Yeah, like the thing is with Leicester is like they have tailed off. So, but then this is the season to kind of prove that that's not something they do.
It is, but at the same time, they're obviously a great squad, but depth is an issue as well. But I think
because if they pick up some defensive injuries, suddenly you've got Wes Morgan like crawling around the pitch.
Is Lee still there? Is Bennett still there?
No, he's gone to Swansea.
That's so sad. No, I did know that actually. Now you said it, but God, when Bennett played against us last season, that was one of the best games of football I've ever. I've never seen one player in Harry Kane outclass a specific other player so much than Kane v Bennett. It was incredible.
Before we get on to any more questions, lads.
Yeah.
First half has just ended. What are your thoughts?
It's exactly what you just said, isn't it? It's football. We've been dominated and it's been stressful. But actually, like you said, there's been a few moments where I've kind of stopped talking and gone, ooh, but I don't feel that tense at the moment because I don't feel like the worry is if they keep this intensity up and bring on Aguero and Sterling, we may have an issue. But for now, I feel okay. And I feel like Mourinho is going to tell the players exactly how lucky they are at half-time.
Well, I'd also say, although it says we've only had 1 attempt, we have been getting in their half at least. It's not like we've just been camped in like Newcastle or something, having none of the ball or anything like that.
Yeah, that's fair. We also have looked threatening at times. Like, don't forget how the second best chance of the game was the Kane offside goal.
Yeah,
you guys don't look like you can't score. That sounds like a weird sentence. You still have a goal in you. It's not like you're down and out and you're just fighting for your lives. But yeah. So whilst we're at the halftime, people get their questions. Get your questions in if you're watching now. Get some questions in. Paul's got one here, boys. It's quite an interesting one. Which continent will win a World Cup first? Africa, Asia, or North America? It's a big question, that, lads.
It's a big question. I'm not qualified to answer.
I'd say Africa's probably the most likely in terms of they've probably got the closest so far, really, in terms of Ghana went close. If it hadn't been for that Uruguay Suarez handball, who knows? They could have got lucky in the semi-final or the final.
I would maybe, as generic as this is, depending on how it goes over the next few years, it would be mad, and I think it would be the day that football died. But America, I slowly pulling, just because I know what he's saying about some African countries, but also I don't see that. I don't see any of them, to be fair, for a very long time.
Yeah.
But America
I'd
with Reina and Pulisic and sort of defensively, they probably not.
They've got a lot of exciting young talent, and they should be better than they are. They're a big country.
Yeah, I mean, look at the people. Yeah. There must be some that are good at football, even if they're not, it's like they've got surrounding places. There will be people that don't do the American thing. That America that it will be more, have Mexican heritage and Jamaican heritage, and you're really good players that they can bring in. I just need to look. They need to put look better, and they will find.
With that question, Ace has said, that's not the question. That's not the one I'm supposed to click. South Korea have a few good players. One top-class player, of course.
Yes, but they're surrounded by not very good players. That's the issue. Players that would not make it into a League One team, and that's the issue.
They did win when Son was threatened with the old bit doing his national service.
Yeah,
they won that tournament. That's what I mean. Didn't they win that tournament before going into that?
So he would have had to have done 5 years or something like that, but instead he had to do 3 months.
Yeah, because
during lockdown.
Well, moving on to a question probably more to our own skills, because talking about world football and Asian football and all sorts, we're probably not qualified. Chunky Monkey said Leeds or Arsenal to win tomorrow. Their game, Leeds or Arsenal. Obviously, he's going to say Leeds. Who do we think, lads?
I think Leeds. I think just with the way BAs will just get them to press, I don't think Arsenal will cope with it.
Right,
I hope so.
I'm going to fully talk directly to Chunky Monkey here, because if he's going to subscribe, and thank you for subscribing, it means genuinely a lot. But oh no. But right, so here's I don't have an issue with Leeds. I like Leeds. However, I'm school me, tell me I'm wrong. I'm more than happy to tell them wrong. I'm a firm believer that Leeds cannot escape that Leeds burnout that they have every season in the championship. They limped over the line of the championship last season. They failed to get over the line the season before that. I really worry about Leeds, because if you were still in first to second to third to fourth to fifth now, because you were playing that Leeds way that Bielsa gets you doing, I think you'd be able to survive that drop off. I'm really concerned about Leeds if they are 12th, 13th, 14th come the final third of the season, and suddenly they've been pushed by Bielsa, and Bielsa class coach. And if Bielsa loves you, then I love you. No, sorry, if Poch loves you, then I love you. So I like Bielsa because Poch loves Bielsa, but I am concerned that you will just sink like a stone if you don't keep your heads enough above water now. But regarding tomorrow, I think that we're at a stage of the season now where Leeds could potentially show Arsenal what work rate in a football team looks like. Arsenal, that is that they're Troy Deeney said it, mentally weak, and I think if Leeds come with full intensity, Arsenal are a team that's swan up with confidence, and they'll look at that and they'll be like. And if they get shot,
towards the end of last season, they got rattled by Brighton of all teams. Who gets rattled by Brighton?
I mean, we didn't get rattled. We just got battered. But yeah,
we just played badly. But actually, getting angry at Brighton.
Yeah, and which obviously led to. We can't mention that without giving Basuma the props for that laugh at the end, because what a time.
Regarding that question, we got Ace that said Bamford masterclass incoming, and Chunky Monkey said all I want is us to stay up, which is fair enough.
Then you can. You obviously can. But I did actually tip you that I tipped them for relegation, but and then they started to prove me wrong. But now you are just starting to prove me right a little bit.
Yeah, and well, maybe a win tomorrow will really prove us right.
Getting wrong on the lead time tomorrow.
Praneeth said, "Do you know about Sunny Chetri, Indian footballer? He's after Messi and Ronaldo in highest goals."
Well, I can actually answer this one. No.
Not one bit, mate. Never heard of him.
I feel like I've heard of him, but I know nothing about him. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna. Whilst I get up Paul's next question, I'm gonna Google him. By the way, Higgy just said hello.
Hi, Higgy.
Hi, Higgy.
Before we do, I will just briefly mention, forgive me if I'm being disrespectful, but does he play in the Indian Premier League? If he's scoring goals in the Indian Premier League, he's not the next Messi or Ronaldo, is he? Because it's the same way, and it's not just him. It's the same way. I don't particularly get the Pele hype because he did it in America, and
I know he's probably lied about 200 goals.
So this is him.
If he wants to prove it to us, get yourself over to the Europe and a European top 5 league and start banging some goals in, and we'll take.
I say, Spurs sign him, get him in as your second striker. Fuck Vinicius off, yeah. See what he does. See what he does. Right. Paul said, which player do you have a weird attachment to and really like for no reason at all? His is Jordan, are you? And while you answer that question, boys, I'll come in with my answer, but I need to go to the toilet. So
that's absolutely fine. I actually don't really have a player that I irrationally like. There's no one. It's Lewis Holtby. It's absolutely Lewis Holtby. Let me tell you about Lewis Holtby, right? There is no football player I love more than Lewis Holtby. Why? I don't know. What did he really do for us? I think he scored a goal for against Fulham once. Okay, Lewis Holtby is my answer. Ross?
I'm trying to think because there's probably loads of Tottenham ones where I just like them anyway. I don't know, fucking Toda or something. But,
Should we change the question maybe to someone who plays now?
Yeah, I'd say someone not from your team. I do like Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I don't know what it is. I've always liked him, even when he wasn't banging in goals. You could just see something there. He's clearly a good striker that holds the ball up well. And now that he is,
Ross
I'm sort of weirdly like a proud dad of Calvert-Lewin, even though
Ross often told me that he wished we would get Calvert-Lewin way before Calvert-Lewin started doing Calvert-Lewin things. So I will on the same thing. I used to really like Ward Prowse, but he looks like a bit of an arse now. I think if he was on my team, I'd love him. I don't like him because I'm not supposed to like him because he's purposely doing that for his team, which makes me like him. It's very confusing. Jordan Ayew, I can't say I've ever really thought about Jordan Ayew with that much affection.
Neither. I do love that goal he scored last season.
Oh, to be fair, for that goal, yes, fair enough.
He's very much of the sort of school of Woldy or Horror-Miss, are you?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of someone else really. I'm trying to have a little look through the leagues and in my head and think of someone that I really like seeing on
I'm trying to think more of ones where I just like them, even though I don't know, maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah. Oh, it's a difficult one that. Unfortunately, we can't move through the questions because Jay's in control of that and he's gone to the league. So we'll stick on this question for far longer than we should.
I'd say probably a throwback, but I used to like Oliver Bernards, I think, from Newcastle. He's got incredible facial hair. When he used to collect sticker albums, just like the look of him.
Ross, I'm about to say a name as well that you're going to then sigh. And who am I about to say now? You said Newcastle.
Newcastle? I'm trying to think.
Mikel Moreno. I know he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
But I was such a fan of Mikel Moreno. I just really rated him. And I don't know why. And he's now doing bits. He's doing all right now.
He's at Real Sociedad now. He's doing all right. But,
yes, boys. My player would be Papa Cisse. I loved him. He was just brilliant, wasn't he? He was just brilliant,
one
wasn't
of those streaks I'll never forget, players.
Like, you remember when him and Demba Ba were just running Newcastle?
You see, that's the issue is the fact that I wouldn't really have a preference over Bar and Cisse. I'd pick Cisse because he wasn't a Chelsea player, but they just came as a package of just madness. It was great. Just Demba Ba and Cisse just running up front. Like, okay.
It was just amazing, wasn't it? I loved it. Chunky Monkey said, "When's our next live stream?"
We don't really plan these. We kind of look at them week to week. Okay.
Listen, normally... I'll tell you what. If you subscribe, you'll find out.
He has. I think he's already said he'd subscribe. But Jay does a lot more than us. I might start doing a few more. I've enjoyed this, especially with lockdown. Like, it's Ross sits and watches Tottenham games with me. That's what we do. But with the current climate, we decided this was the best, safest, legal way to do it. So it's all good. And
I might do one for the Champions League in the week because we play Chelsea Rennes. So I might do one for that if you're interested, mate. I know you're a Leeds fan, so you probably couldn't care less about Chelsea Rennes. But that might happen. Marcus said Akinfenwa, by the way, in regards to that. Last question.
Without slagging Marcus, like, that's an obvious choice, isn't it? Like, he's a likable guy.
He's a good guy, isn't he?
He's got his own podcast. Like, it's kind of like me saying Peter Crouch. Like, I don't need to say that. Likable people. But good. I've got his rule breaker card on FIFA though.
I'll tell you what, Shea Adams on FIFA, inform Shea Adams. He's decent, you know.
I got him in the end. Oh, this is interesting. Our average positions.
Oh yeah,
look at that.
It's very good.
So basically, that just says that
I'm just going to get another beer before the second half starts.
It is interesting though, because it's one of those things about football. If I was to show you those two average position maps and ask you who the fuck was 1-0 up,
it's no. Do you mean 3-0 City? Is that what you mean? No, 1-0 Tottenham. But you know what it is? This is we've kind of mentioned it a lot, but it's just City's problem right now. Like I remember I watching the goal show for the Champions League a couple of weeks ago, and they were just passing it from left to right, and they were doing nothing with it. Absolutely nothing. And there's nothing more infuriating than having all the possession and doing nothing with it. You'd rather a scrappy game where you didn't have much, but you were like trying to scrap and you were putting nice pieces of play together. But the way they play really is just it's boring. It's boring at the minute.
It is, but that style of play isn't boring and works beautifully when you have Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta, Messi. Like, and that kind of never really sunk in for Pep. That as good a play as he's had, sometimes you've just got to get the ball into the net somehow and then focus on it.
Yeah,
like it's.
But if City,
it's interesting. What does everyone in the comments? What?
Second half just kicked off. By the way, Pep's. Say Pep's got 2 more years now, and you'd think he's going to sign another striker between now and then because Aguero is probably going to go. Who do you think they should sign as a striker? I think that's an interesting question.
City. Ross, the question is, who should City sign as a striker if Aguero goes?
Well, I think there's one obvious answer that I don't want to happen. Kane. That is who they should sign. Imagine City with Kane.
Yeah, to be fair, that would tactical fouls, presses, passes, goals. I think for a less obvious answer, I think one of the most touted strikers, even though he has kind of not been mentioned much this season, I don't know if it's because he's injured, is Lautaro Martinez.
Don't know.
He
seems like a City-esque player. I'm not sure.
Does anyone know?
Yeah. No. I suppose there's always Messi as well, isn't there? With his contract running out.
Messi might be next year.
And it's an obvious one, but if in a year or two, Haaland can play for any team in the world.
Yeah.
He would still weirdly be a sub at Tottenham because we've got Kane. It doesn't mean we're better than Haaland. It just means no matter who you sign.
Kane is inevitable.
Didn't Haaland's dad play for City as well?
Yes, he did, didn't he? At Leeds and City. So he might like that. But he's a Leeds fan, isn't he? When it comes to England.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there you go, Chunky Monkey. A back post official. Erling Haaland
is a Leeds fan.
He's a Leeds player.
He's going to Leeds confirmed. Just had a text.
Confirmed. Yeah, the thing is, speaking of forgettable players, they don't play there now. Mm-hmm. But I was just looking at some of their City signings, like Jesus Navas and Jovetic, and just weird players. And I honestly thought Ferran Torres would become another one of those players. And to be fair, for City, touch wood, because we're playing him right now, he may have scored a hat-trick against Chelsea, but why did I say that? I'm a moron.
Who scored a hat-trick against Chelsea?
It's Germany, sorry. Same thing.
Yeah, we have three German players, so it's the same thing, of course. I like Ferran Torres just goes on a run now. Absolute mad one.
I do miss Tottenham being Belgium. I do miss that. But Tottenham is a Belgium-England hybrid.
Yeah. I was going to say, it might not be City, but and it might not even be in England, but Mbappe's got to leave PSG soon. He just has to. Yeah, if he stayed there any longer, it'd be a great shame.
It will be a shame, but I just think he has Real Madrid written all over him.
And to be fair, the Real Madrid right now is one of those where it's like, if you go for Mbappe could be the guy that kickstarts the next good generation, because they are in that weird in between where it's not really working. Hazard isn't working either. Just he could go and revitalize them, maybe be Ronaldo-esque and take them to where they were before. And that for a player, especially a player with so much potential, that might be a fun idea. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I know that City have all the money, but it's written in the stars. Maybe Barcelona as well, but he's going to one of the two biggest clubs in Spain. He is. It should be Madrid. He just in the white of Madrid. He loves Ronaldo. That's where Ronaldo's legacy is at Madrid. I know United fans love him. I know Juventus fans will love him, but Ronaldo's legacy will be at Madrid, and he wants to be that Ronaldo player for Madrid. He must do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd prefer to see him at Barca.
Oh, sorry, I don't.
So Kane's on the ball in the middle of the field. First bit of possession this half in their half.
Okay, yeah, no. Oh, well.
I'm assuming I'm still ahead.
Yeah, we're on the 49, 36.
Oh, okay, I'm still 30 seconds ahead.
Yeah, I mean, no worries. I mean, the thing is with Mbappe, as much as I completely that point's 100% valid, but you look at Spain right now, and Real Madrid and Barcelona in such a weird state. Maybe you don't want to go there. Maybe you want to go to a stronger team like City, you know what I mean, or even a Liverpool. Mbappe at Liverpool would be insane. I would hate it because Liverpool would be amazing.
Oh yeah, well, it's like imagine instead of Firmino, they've got Mbappe. That'd be horrible.
I might actually just leave the Prem at that point. Just start watching for a bit. Yeah, no, but I love Mbappe, and I just he needs to leave PSG and whoever that may be. And I'd like to see him in the Prem, but whoever that may be, I think I'm sick of seeing these incredible players and not being in the Prem. And I know obviously we've had extremely talented players in the Prem, but like the likes of Messi and all these guys, just
Ronaldo, the big superstars always tend to be Barcelona or Real Madrid, don't they?
Yeah, and maybe now that this is the time to get away from that and the superstars be Prem, especially with the way Barca or De Bruyne should have scored that, especially with the way Real Madrid and Barcelona are going at the moment.
Yeah, but they could easily turn it around as well. Like, even though they both look like a shambles, one of them will probably win the league.
That is true, yeah. That is true. Like last season, Real Madrid won it and they probably did not deserve to win it, but no, neither did anyone else.
Yeah, they won it from like Ramos penalties.
Yeah, true. What are you thinking though, Ross? What are you thinking about this game, mate? Because it's just started how it left off in the second half. They're just dominating the ball.
Yeah. I think we can't really be giving them this many chances. Like, Lloris has just made another save there. Like, eventually, if they get this many chances, they will score. But we look dangerous on the break, so hopefully we can get a second.
And we seeing someone like Bale come on would be nice. Like, Bergwijn had some moments, but he has faded a little bit.
But you know what? That's probably smart from Mourinho. Like knowing that a game like this might go this way, and then bringing a Bale on will change the game in that way.
Yeah.
So maybe that's another brilliant move from Mourinho.
Although saying that, I can see putting on Lucas Moura instead.
I wouldn't mind that though. I still wouldn't mind.
Be all right.
Like, a bit of pace.
It's definitely something that needs to be injected into the game a bit.
Bergwijn isn't that fast. He's a winger. People look at Tottenham with Pepe. They look at Tottenham's Bergwijn with Pepe. Like they picture him as a really, but he doesn't make those runs for a winger, does he, Bergwijn?
I'd say Bergwijn's maybe a forgettable player. He plays a bit, but I do forget you have him at times.
He's weird. He's a weird player because he's really, he's had some such exciting moments. Like, don't forget his first goal for us was in his debut against City. Like,
it was really exciting, and then he picked up one injury, and I don't think he scored since.
No, Sterling's running about with Gareth Bale near him.
But yeah, you got Sterling, Foden, and Gundogan all warming up there, which are good substitutions to be making.
Pretty good options on the bench, isn't it?
Gundogan is a kind of forgettable player. I know he's class, but
and Pep clearly loves him. I mean, he's not playing right now, but Pep has played him so much recently.
Yeah, he gets penalty duty sometimes as well, doesn't he? So he must be highly regarded to be able to just
but it's like
out of the way everyone else.
Yeah, it's like when De Bruyne missed his pen the other week, and he was confused by it. He was like, "Wait, I missed." Like he turned around and was like, "What?" Like it was mental.
The one thing I will say, and again, I'm going to not believe in jinxing anything because I'm just going to say it, but I think that City look scary constantly, but they look a bit toothless. Whereas if we do concede, there is another chance in this for Tottenham, especially with Harry Kane and Son. Like there will be one more moment where we just link, I think.
Yeah.
So, but are you getting nervous now? Do you think?
No, I'm not. I'm not that nervous still. I maybe should be, but I'm not.
I mean, I am, but I think that's just from many years of watching Tottenham.
I get that, and I get that.
It could be any game, and I'd be nervous.
But the thing is, watching this particular Tottenham side under Mourinho, I was about to say I don't think we're going to capitulate, and then I remembered West Ham.
Just a flashback.
Have we got any comments, Joe? It's been a while since we.
So when we were talking about Mbappe, Chunky Monkey said if Mbappe went to Liverpool, like in the next window, that clubs like Fulham and West Brom's survival dreams are over.
Why? Surely they're the exact same because you're not expecting to win those games anyway.
I feel like Fulham and West Brom are doomed anyway, aren't they?
Yeah,
I don't know how either of them got promoted, really.
They are pretty fucked anyway.
That is the thing about Leeds is that at least they have brought a bit of freshness to two other teams that, like, you look at it, like when Leeds, even though I don't see the hype around Leeds, I do look and go, cool, a team in the league. Or you look at Fulham and West Brom, and it's like seeing oh God, you're back. Oh God,
it's gonna be bottom of the table, fucking. Scrapping it out. Speaking of Fulham,
Scott Parker, who have you brought back with you? It's Fulham. Andres, Andres Schürrle's retired from football now, which is unbelievable.
Has he retired completely?
Yeah, he fell out of love with it. He's fallen out of love with the game, Jay.
Oh, poor guy. I mean, that's probably because he went to Fulham.
To be fair, he's in terms of I will remember Schürrle. You know, he was great in that World Cup. But I always forget the fact that he played for Hughes. That was mad.
Yeah, he was great. To be fair, he had some good moments, but again, yeah, you're right. Like he's kind of forgettable at times.
Yeah. I think he scored like that good goal against Burnley, and then that was about it. Like,
I've got a forgettable player. I've got a forgettable player. Danny Drinkwater.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah.
Oh, then again,
he won the league with Leicester as a pivotal point, and for that he'll be remembered.
I also remember him for like slagging off at least to play his girlfriend and getting battered outside a nightclub while on loan at Burnley.
Well,
I remember him being an absolute scumbag.
But he was arguably the 4th or 5th most important player in the title-winning squad.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Kante, Mahrez, Vardy, and then Huth, and then I'd probably Drinkwater after that.
Yeah, that is a shout. But it's like he got forgettable the second he signed for us.
Well, that's what happens when you sign a player that you probably shouldn't sign just to fill a English quota.
It's so stupid, especially when we had good players in the academy. Like not even the lads that are here now. Like Ruben was still in the academy at that point, and players so stupid.
So could this be the end of Barkley's Euro 2021 hopes now? Because he was not even in the squad yet, but slowly earning a potential place back. And he went off 5 minutes with a hammy today.
I think that's such a shame. It really because he's a great player, and I would have him in over Winks for sure.
He's not the same player. He's not the same.
No, they're not the same. Yeah, no, but they're not. But but if Winks is getting on the plane, I think Barkley should.
No, but Jay, we've discussed this. If it was purely based on club form, probably not. But Winks is for some reason one of England's best players. I don't understand it. I don't.
Adam's here, by the way.
Hello, Adam.
Hello. I was come down with me.
We're just talking about Harry Winks, mate.
But Ross Barkley's and I know it's he's more of an attacking midfielder, and that's something we kind of need. And he's not the best at it, but he's definitely a good player to have in your squad. But he's just fell out of favour, hasn't he?
We've got Foden, we've got Grealish, we've got Mount, we've got
But for me, Grealish isn't an attacking mid. He's a forward. He's a left mid. He's a left winger.
Oh God! Hi, Adam.
How's the game been? I've not been watching.
We've been absolutely battered, but by a kind of toothless City side. Sorry, they had a shot just as I said that.
This toothless fucking De Bruyne. Ace has an important question, lads. Ross, what do you think about beans on toast? Is it a breakfast food or not? That's the question. Because we all love beans on toast. That's not the question. Is it a breakfast food or not?
I have never had beans on toast for breakfast. And if you had it in a full English, maybe, I could understand.
So Ross is now out of the Sorry, Ross.
Sorry, I don't know when that cut me off there.
Sorry, mate.
As soon as you were like, not a breakfast food, kick him out.
He's gone. Can't be having. I mean, to be fair, I'm the only one that thinks this, apparently.
Yeah. Do you have beans on toast on its own for breakfast? I've never heard of that.
I do, mate, and it's fucking wonderful.
Oh, don't get me wrong, it's good. But...
It's what it is, right? You know what it is. And to be fair, right now it's different, isn't it? I feel like if I was, if I had a job, if I had a real job, and I was getting up early and having to get up and then go out to work, I wouldn't. But right now, I'm unemployed. I'm in my house. I get up pretty late, and I just have some beans on toast for breakfast. Do you know what I mean? Like that, and it sets me up good for the rest of the day. But if I had a job and had to get out of the house relatively early, I probably wouldn't then because it's too early. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, why not treat yourself? Fair enough.
Treat myself, exactly, Ross. And this sets you up right. You got your carbs in there. It is but toast and beans is a part of a full English breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. It's part of, not on its own.
But is bacon a breakfast food?
That's part of a full English, yeah.
But not like a bacon sandwich then? It's breakfast?
Probably not, but...
Yeah.
If you're hungover, yeah. But...
It just depends
At the
when
end
you're
of the
having your
day,
breakfast,
this
I
is
guess.
coming from a man that I'm pretty sure used to have Dixie chicken for breakfast, so I don't know what we're saying.
Oh,
Whoa. Never for breakfast. Come on. Come on, Josh. I know you think low of me, but not that low. You know what? I haven't had a Dixie in so long.
Good, Jay. Your insides are probably thanking the heavens. Honestly,
You're going on like you never had a Dixie chicken, bro.
I have, Jay, but do you know who has never had a Dixie chicken?
Go on, Mo Farah.
Sober me. Sober Josh has never touched a Dixie chicken. There's something in my mind when we used to walk back from uni where we'd pass that lovely little McDonald's on Oxford Road and it would be closed, and I would go, oh no, I really fancy a McDonald's. There's a Dixie up the road, and then the next morning I would be shitting for 4 hours.
No, yeah, but you've said it yourself. You've got shit insides, whereas I can hack it, mate. I can hack it.
I just looked at Son rounding Edison, got excited.
Oh, right,
yeah. Has Adam just gone again?
Alsto's going to be coming on soon, by the way. He's been warming up.
But you know what? Mackey's is it's a dead takeaway, man.
It's not. You just don't get any tasty things. You just get bland nuggets. That's why.
No, I had
spicy chicken legend. Get a wrap.
I had the jerk chicken burger the other day, and it was nice. It didn't fill me up, mate. I felt hungry still.
No, the takeaway fills you up. That's not what it's for.
No. When you have a mixed kebab and chips from a good chippy, that fills you up good and proper.
Yeah, I'm not a kebab man.
I know you're not, brother.
If you go to a chippy, you get a chippy, Jay.
Mate, mixed kebab and chips is unrivaled. Whoa, Alexander, allow this language. Show the fucking game. We have no right to show the game.
We can't.
We would get sued.
That's not how it works.
You might be able to see the reflection in the glasses.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, Alexander.
Just no. We'll get fucking sued. Marcus said double Big Mac, lads. That's a new thing, isn't it? It's just come out.
It is. So Marcus is clearly a normal. Oh, and Dombele, that makes sense. And Dombele also is a very.
I know Marcus. Marcus fucking loves the Mackies.
As he should, because he's a normal man.
Nah, Domino's is good. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
There has been an impact from a sub, an instant impact from a sub.
Oh,
I wonder who it could be.
Oh, okay. Okay, Ross. Let's get Josh's reaction.
It really quickly just cuts to Sterling walk. No.
An instant impact. So we got Kane running up.
Oh.
As soon as Kane picks up that ball and you see Lo Celso running, you know exactly where it's going.
Into the stands, I thought. Get in 2-0.
With Tottenham's probably third or fourth attempt of the game, they are now 2-0 up.
To be honest, probably second.
That's okay. Is that a full Kane assist as well? Great for my fantasy team.
Yeah, no, lads. Alexander's come around. Alexander has come around. He's going to sub.
Oh.
Cheers, Alexander.
Thanks, Alexander.
Means a lot. We're trying to get to. Are we trying to get to 600 now? Is that what our next target? No, our next target's 1,000.
Our next target's technically 1,000. Yeah. Road to 1,000.
Road to 1,000. Jail.
What will I do, Josh?
What are you going to say?
Jay will be very happy. He will. He'll be very, very happy.
He'll be really pleased. Honestly, about 4 or 5 totally inappropriate things just going through my mind.
Just awful thoughts just passing through your head. I'll tell you what I watched the other day, Josh. I watched us bleaching our hair at like 2 a.m. in my house. And like yours, you look like a.
That's not a thing anymore.
I'll bleach my hair if we get to 1,000. Like Josh, and listen, if you're watching this and you don't know, go watch this video. It's on my personal channel. Just type in Jay Tomlins, you'll find it.
You are such a bloody
no, because this is so
really
funny.
Convenient way to tell this story, haven't you?
Just plugging it in
to my personal channel.
No, but it's so funny. Have you seen it, Ross? I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I have seen it, yeah.
We dyed our hair. We tried to bleach, but like just a strip here, and it was so yellow. Like I don't know what bleach Jack had, but it literally made our hair look like as yellow as fucking Pikachu, and it's so bad. And it's like 2 a.m. in my uni house. John and Alice are asleep in the next room, and we're all giggling, dyeing each other's hair.
They were asleep.
Yeah, they were just passed out in the other room. We were like proper. It's just. Josh is struggling with his angles.
There we go. I'm back. I've just got a lot of groin in it.
Do you remember the podcast we did at uni? Do you remember that podcast we did at uni? We did it with the 14 lens, and we were both sat like the way Josh is sat. It's not good. Paul said just went to have some dinner and scored. Who scored for
Spurs? Was Lo Celso, Paul, with a Kane assist. What more do you want in life?
No, that's actually really good.
First touch.
That's actually really good because I've got Kane in my fantasy team.
Yeah, Kane is going to stay in my fantasy team. Like the rest of my fantasy team is awful. I've got Salah in that's injured. Cody's like injured or something as well.
You've just got man down all over the pitch.
Yeah.
I sorted mine out before the international break, which in hindsight I thought, good, I won't forget. But then I forgot that COVID hit everyone. And I was like, yeah.
I'm doing all right. I've got 32 points at the moment. I've got Ziyech, James and Werner all doing well. I've got Kane and Son doing well. Grealish and Barkley did shit. And then Mane, Semedo, Walker, Peters and McCarthy are yet to play.
Well, apparently Timothy Cascaine's back now, isn't he? So he'll be playing. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a good shout for someone to pick. Don't know where Jay's gone.
No, but I also have Kane captained, Ace and Son vice as well, because they're the two best players in the league. So makes sense, mate. Makes sense.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Salary, shit. Aguero, rubbish.
Well, I'll tell you, one has COVID, one doesn't.
There you go. Would you really be that good if you've got COVID? Don't think so.
No, absolutely not. Oh, just what a nice way for Pep to celebrate. The one thing that did worry me was Pep's new contract.
Oh yeah. Also, what did worry me was that I thought Mourinho rattled him in the press conferences, and I was like, oh no, he's going to go all guns blazing after Mourinho. But I think Mourinho's got his head again. It was about Sterling, because obviously Sterling didn't play, and then he's almost definitely going to come on as a sub. So it was like Southgate should say the clubs that are saying that they can't play their players. Clearly meaning Sterling. And then Guardiola was clearly in a huff about it, being like, you should talk to the doctors at England then. He doesn't believe us. It was absolutely
suspicious, isn't it?
Yeah.
So one of mine and Jay's moment that we always go back to is that day, that time where Dyer had been out for us for about 4 months with his appendix issue, and the first England game he started and got injured in the 15th minute, and we were like, oh, Paul, don't take out Harold Kane MBE, mate. It doesn't happen. He is an MBE, isn't he?
I think so. I assume so. I don't know if you've been watching I'm a Celebrity, by the way, but there's one of them that's in it that's just always introduces herself with MBE in a name every time.
That's upsetting.
It's really funny.
We talk about I'm a Celeb.
Yeah. That woman who introduced herself just with MBE at the end of her name.
It's so yeah, Mo doesn't go, I'm so Mo Farah. Everyone,
yeah, exactly.
And listen, none of us here will ever get an MBE, right? But I would never ever say Jay Tomlin's MBE. I just wouldn't. I feel like Josh might.
I would say Jay Tomlin's MBE.
I mean,
It'd be really confusing.
Technically, we're me and you, Josh. Technically, we're BAs, aren't we?
Just part BA.
Josh, Jay Tomlin's BA, so.
Which was confusing because people will go, "What, British Airways?" And you're like, "No.
No. Bachelor of the Arts, actually.
Bachelor of the Airways.
Bachelor of the Airways. We're just really good flight attendants.
Foden and Sterling are coming on with Mahrez and Bernardo Silva. So
with 18 minutes left.
No matter what happens now, I'm safe from the Bernardo Silva comment. I'm out. End the stream. Stop the count.
Yeah. Speaking of I'm a celeb, Paul said that Burnley fan Jordan is hilarious. He's well funny, man.
Oh, happy place Turf Moor.
And Deck were like, is it a happy place? I don't know.
Oh, have you seen that interview that BBC did the next day? They were interviewing people outside Turf Moor, going like, is this your happy place? And this guy in mobility goes past and he's like, pubs are shut, I'm fucking miserable.
I didn't see that. That's a brilliant.
Yeah, that is great.
It's so Burnley, it's incredible.
He's good. Josh, you don't watch it, do you? You don't watch I'm a Celeb?
I don't watch I'm a Celeb now. I've been watching Strictly though because of the girlfriend, so I can talk about Strictly.
Can't relate on the Strictly front. But do you remember the first year of the podcast? We had a complete segment to how's Harry Redknapp doing in I'm a Celeb, and every week we'd just give a little catch up on how he's doing.
Do you know? You see that in that interview, Neil Warnock said that he was offered it.
Oh, imagine!
So
imagine
we could have brought a season 2 of how's Warnock faring. It'd be great.
Yeah, man. I mean, we didn't do anything right.
Who is the best? Who is the someone in football that you'd most like to see on I'm a Celeb or any reality show? Do whatever. Do I don't care. Do Mourinho on Golden Balls. Do
I mean, Mourinho's the biggest shout, hasn't he?
Mourinho on Golden Balls would be incredible. To be fair, just him like, I will split. I will split with you.
I just put Neil Warnock as a right Tory.
He is all right. He's a Brexiteering Tory, to be fair.
Yeah, but that's why we want to see him doing.
He's more UKIP than Tory, isn't he?
Yeah, but that's why we want to see him doing trials in I'm a Celeb.
I would want to see.
I mean, the obvious answer, it's similar to the question earlier, but the obvious answer is Crouchy, isn't it?
I'd like to see Mick
but at the same time, you kind of know. Doing what?
Imagine seeing Mick McCarthy in the jungle.
Doing what?
In
the jungle. See, I want to branch out on some of the shows here. I want to see. Who's a top manager that I can think of here? I want to see Scott Parker in the Crystal Maze.
What was that show called with Phillips? The Cube. We'll get who can go on the Cube?
Wenger would be in the Cube.
Wenger in the Cube.
I'll get like Roy Hodgson on Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
Really putting pretty faces.
The wall, and he just has to run up the wall and try and grab on.
What's Wolves' manager called again? I've forgotten.
Nuno.
Nuno on Takeshi's Castle.
Ooh,
yeah,
that'd be nice. I can imagine, when they have to walk through that sort of maze and there's those 2 people, I can imagine Nuno being one of those, like catching people. In another life, that's what Nuno's doing.
I'd love on the back post that we did like a Takeshi's Castle kind of video or something, just so ridiculous.
Any comments coming in?
The last comment was Neil Warnock, right Tory.
Maybe that should be our caption. The back post. Fuck football.
Fuck football. Well, I always find it funny, when you watch James and Flav, and they're like, "Are we going to talk about football this week?" Even as a football podcast. I strive to be of that kind of content.
Oh my god, Lucas and Walker walking together there was like on FIFA where they used the same animation accidentally at the same time. You know what I mean? When the same walk.
Yeah, they were in unison.
That's what just happened there.
15 minutes left, 2-0 Tottenham. How are you feeling, boys?
We're going to win it. No way in hell we're not winning this.
I'd say this is probably the best looked all game what I'm watching at the moment. Like now that we're 2 up.
Yeah, no, we're
bringing the ball around a bit.
I think the weird thing is about Tottenham at the moment is in terms of general playmaking, Ndombele and Lo Celso are so good, but we haven't worked out how to play them together.
Yeah.
Because Sissoko lets them play, and so does Højbjerg. So to have them just play interchange works. Every Tottenham fan wants to see Højbjerg and Lo Celso at the same time, but to watch them take each other's place, and they both do the same job, but very differently in terms of their skill set. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Because Lo Celso is more of a passer, more of a metronome, like, the Eriksen sort of spraying the passes left and right, making sure the game stays, you'll notice that we have a lot more possession now that Lo Celso's on. Whereas Ndombele will take the ball to feet and sort of Moussa Dembele it up the pitch, which is a more risky style, but when it comes off, is one of the most effective things you can do in football. It just is a very low percentage technique.
Yeah. Also, it's just quite a sexy thing to watch, isn't it? When he just goes
also,
past
it's one of the best things in football to see someone just take the ball and go, "This is my football now. You're not allowed it." It is incredible.
Quickly on the I'm a Celeb point, Paul said Roy Keane and I'm a Celeb would be class. And
Roy
Vinny
Keane, I think Roy Keane could belong in somewhere else. I think Roy Keane would.
Roy Keane on Strictly.
No, boys, come down with me. Come down with me.
I'm going back to golden balls here.
You love a bit of golden balls.
I'm thinking Roy Keane going, "I haven't got a killer." And everyone, I think you do, right? He's like, no, the last killer ball's not with me. You're a fucking liar. You're fucking lying.
And yeah, Marcus said Vinny Jones.
Vinny Jones is good, but again, someone that you'd expect, I do.
It'd be good. Ace has said to bring it back to football. And Ndombele better than Pogba. What are you saying?
Ace, that
Toby's injured.
Absolutely. Oh, okay. I was going to agree with you, Ace. I was going to jokingly.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
But that's not ideal.
Yeah, he
when's
quite
this
fucked. I think it's groin, maybe. Joe Roden.
So that's Roden coming on for Bale, then, is it?
My predictions have come true. Roden will come on.
Get that out of play, mate.
Good tackle there. Was that Højbjerg?
No, regular, wasn't it?
Don't know, but yeah, Toby's out, boys. That's big.
Well, it is, but honestly, it's huge. But I have high hopes for this Roden boy.
Yeah.
Has he featured
and
much?
If he is out,
yet?
No, not at all. But
his debut, really. But he captained Wales.
Yeah, he came on. He didn't know he came on against either Burnley or someone.
Did he? Oh yeah,
he's come on before, but it was in the final few minutes. The thing is, I think he's solid. I've seen from Swansea fans, he looks really good. But if Toby is out for, let's say, 4 months, touch wood, no.
Yeah.
There's not a doubt in my mind that doesn't push the Milan Skriniar deal over the line in January.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Things went sour in the comments, boys.
What's happened?
Ace put Ryan Giggs on Prison Break, and then Paul leveled him up and put Adam Johnson on Prison Break.
Yeah, I think Ryan Giggs works better because it's so current.
Yeah.
Ryan Giggs on Wife Swap would be better.
With his brother Rodri. But we haven't told Rodri about.
This is how we do things here.
That's awful. Oh God. That is fucking awful. You like a good test for your that Roden now then.
It is, and it's
Boyette's
the
come in.
perfect time. Yeah, 2-0 up. He's got a cushion. He doesn't have to worry about. I think he's a great recruit. I can't pretend that I know everything about him. I seriously doubt there's a Tottenham fan. There's probably 3 Tottenham fans out there that know fully what Roden's capable of. I'm not one.
Not really. I know you can play left centre back, even though he's right-footed. So that's huge.
Yeah, he's
really.
tall. He's tall and strong. Swansea fans seem to like him, and I know that it can't just because they're his mate. And Ben Davies and Gareth Bale, who play with him in international breaks, said, "This guy, get him in." And that can't be just being mates, because otherwise we'd have the entire Welsh squad. And we don't.
Yeah.
They haven't told us to get Joe Allen in, have they? They haven't gone, Joe Allen is a baller. Get him in.
Get him in.
Joe Allen, someone that Josh has met in a pub?
Once. But in a pub in Manchester was Joe Allen, Peter Crouch, and Glenn Johnson. It was a really weird moment where I looked at Joe Allen directly in the sort of eyes, and I was thinking to myself, is that Joe Allen? No. Is that
You're Joe Allen?
No. And then my eyes just went up, and behind Joe Allen, there he stood, Peter motherfucking Crouch. And I went up to him, and I just said, thanks. Just thanks. And
cheers,
he goes,
mate.
why? And I was like, just Tottenham fan. Cheers, mate. Sound.
So Paul said, how many games do you think Spurs can win in this horrible run?
So how many games are there left in the season?
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. You ain't played Liverpool yet.
We're gonna win every other game of the season, but we'll still lose that next game to Royal Antwerp.
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
Boyette has said, has anyone else seen Gazzaniga or Dele Alli this season?
Dele Alli looks like he's done now, from what I've heard. And Mourinho has simply... But as much as it's not the end of the world, Mourinho seems to have looked at Gazzaniga and gone, hey, Gazza, you seen Joe out over there? Yeah. Fuck off.
That's man's done him dirty, man. And then it's fine, but Gazzaniga came in when Lloris was injured last season and did pull you through it, but he did brilliantly. Who's that doing a run?
Just because there's 5 minutes left, it's Regulon, but I'm just going to nip for a week, just like we have,
Yeah, but he pulled you through it. He was there when you needed him, and now he's like, yeah, but Joe Hart's going to play second goalkeeper, and you're just going to get left in the dust. That's so peak.
It is harsh, but at the same time, I think it's because of the homegrown quota sort of thing. So it's like, if you get an English backup keeper, then you can get another foreign attacker in. That's why City have Carson. That's why Chelsea had Rob Green. So that's why. That's the thing.
But the difference is that Rob Green never played for Chelsea.
Yeah.
But still lifted that Europa League trophy, which was an iconic moment.
What a job that is, third choice goalkeeper.
It's so bizarre, isn't it? You think, but the thing is, Rob Green's come out and said, he loved it. He literally just turned up, trained a little bit, but he was almost a mentor to the other lads.
Yeah, at the end of your career, that's the dream job. Maybe when you're at the peak of your career, you'd probably rather be somewhere else. But
yeah, definitely.
When you're I don't know, late 30s and just Chelsea, would you like a lot of money to just sit on the bench? That's the dream job, isn't it?
I think I do, mate.
Yeah.
I think I'd love that. And also at the end, do you want to kind of win a Europa League? Yes, please. Go on then, I'll take it. Yeah, no, I know. I don't know. I understand the whole quota thing, but I just feel like he's been done dirty, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Rob Green did play. He saved a penalty in a friendly.
Yeah, he did. And you know what? I celebrated that penalty save so much because it was like a meme. I was like, Rob Green. Good defending again from Spurs there, by the way. You guys are just sitting in, you're soaking up a good bit of pressure here.
Oh.
It is good. It is good.
Harry Kane's doing some good hold-up play as well.
Harry Kane's going to sit in goal next. That's the only thing he hasn't done yet this season.
That's what makes him a better player than Son, is because Son doesn't do that with the ball.
Yeah.
But Kane, Kane. Everyone thinks Kane's selfish ever since that claiming the goal thing. But really, like, he's not going to go. He wants to go for goal there. He's thinking I can score a goal here. But then he's like, 87th minute, 2-0 up. And the worst thing that could happen is Tottenham score 1 and we get really nervous and shaky. Like, we know that's the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah.
I think, I said this in my fan cam today, and something I was really happy about with Chelsea was the fact that, we went 1-0 up for an own goal. We had a bit of possession, but then all of a sudden we started flapping it. And I'm guessing you guys didn't watch the game, but we started flapping it. And last year, that was this kind of game that would draw 1-1 with Newcastle. And I feel like you guys are going through something similar where in other times you might have flapped this game at 1-0, but no, you've gone and got a second one. You're soaking up pressure well, and now you're going forward and you're winning against City.
I know. I'm sorry.
And that's how winning. That's what winning is. Just while
it's happened. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. Just because I absolutely love that moment there. Just if you watch that, Kane ran through on that free kick. Every City player went, "Nah, he's offside." Kane stopped to a slow walk, and then the ref just went, "What are you all doing?" And Kane was just there with the football, like, "This is mint." Like, just run down the clock.
Gobbling up the time.
That was fantastic. But no, I completely agree, Jay. Same with us. Like, if you take away, like, we, both of us, Tottenham and Chelsea, seem to be teams that had it kind of sorted in attack. But this will be the 3rd clean sheet in a row in the Premier League we've kept, Ross, or is it 4th?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think it might be
Burnley,
like the 4th in the last 5 or something, or like 4th in the last 6, maybe something like that.
Unheard of.
Horribly. Chelsea and Spurs are in a similar position right now where we're finding our feet and pushing in this league, and hopefully it doesn't come down to us versus you guys for the league title, because I don't think my heart could handle that, because I don't think I'd speak to either of you ever again.
But the thing is, Jake, at the end of the day, you got to think about this. If we get the league off you, and I'm saying this in a way that is reasonable, we're still, 4 leagues behind? You just deal with it.
Yeah. That's just true. And you know what it is? It's true. It's true because the second, say if you win it, say if you win it, the first thing that will come out of my mouth is, yeah, but we've got 4. You know what I mean? But it's true. But yeah,
and I won't give a shit. But I also am aware of that.
Yeah.
At the same time,
Kane's
just got a yellow, which is good.
What?
So Nico's just made a big save.
Great save, apparently.
If that goes in, we're on the back
foot. Sorry, go on.
That's yes.
Big save from Lloris.
Doesn't look spectacular, but it is big in the context.
It's coming fast. I mean, speaking about the Chelsea Spurs thing, Paul said we'll beat you guys and make you realise you're Spurs again. But the next Premier League game is Chelsea Spurs, and you know what? We should do a live stream for that. Absolutely.
I think we have to. I'll see if I can be free for that.
So try and be free for that
as well. When we talk about that, make you realise you're Spurs again all you want. We played each other in a cup competition with Tottenham's B team, and we knocked you out, Paul. So check yourself.
But yeah, no, like that's a massive game. So make sure you guys subscribe and tune in for that, because we'll try and live stream that, because that's try. A big.
Jay definitely will. I'll try.
Josh has a job, so he has other commitments, whereas I don't. Yeah. But that'll be a massive game for the season going forward, because I feel like we're both at very similar points in our progression at the moment. So that's horrible.
Harry Kane, man of the match there, well deserved. I think his hold up play has been spectacular. Like,
He's just
the amount of pressure, especially against a team like City, to just not have to worry about the game for spells of 30 seconds gives everyone such a mental break, which just allows you to just refocus and
So Boyette just put this. I didn't see this, but you guys might have. Did you guys see the shot Vinicius did against West Brom and the goalkeeper saved it? Then it bounced to Højbjerg, but he just let it pass through his legs and let the goalkeeper get it.
I'll be honest with you, I was working for the West Brom game.
Højbjerg was offside, but that's why I didn't get it. But it's a good shot from Vinicius, bearing in mind he only had like a little 10-minute cameo. And I think he shook up West Brom a bit, which led to the goal. So, he's all right.
What's your guys' next game? Who do you play? Is it Antwerp?
I adored that again from Cancelo, by the way.
Oh, that beautiful over-the-top miss. Is it Antwerp, sorry, did you say?
Ludogorets.
Ludogorets. So let's quickly talk about the Europa League while this game's fizzling out. Because you guys have a massive shout of winning that. If you're not going to win the league, Europa League is huge. You could be ahead of, Arsenal in the European department. Talk to me.
We already are.
Okay, but more ahead.
We already are. Arsenal have not won a major European trophy in their history.
Have you? When did you?
We were the first English team to win the European Cup in the UEFA Cup.
Sorry, I completely didn't know that. But but yeah, go. Do you really want to push in that tournament? Do you really want to push in that tournament as fans?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, we won the
Carabao Cup in 2008.
you almost
for a moment. Wait, that is full time. It is Tottenham 2, Man City 0. I'm going to message my sister as soon as this stream is over. Get in.
Tell me about it, boys. Come on, this is a big win.
Well, again,
tell us about this win or the Europa League.
Premier League. Let's talk about the Prem. Let's talk about that win right now.
Jay, right now, we are top of the league. With second and third playing each other. I mean, not second and third because you're currently second, but in games in hand wise.
But if Liverpool win, I think they go up to or whatever.
Yeah, but Leicester are most likely going to win, and the thing is, Liverpool don't. Well, now we've won. We're still top if Liverpool win.
Yeah, but what I mean, like Liverpool will be up in that top two for the mix if they win.
Yeah, but we want Liverpool to win or a draw. Not because Liverpool are scarier than Leicester. I do think that, but we want that game to be a draw realistically. But we'd rather Liverpool win because Tottenham stay top, and that's what you want. Is at the end of the day, we're a number of games into the season now, and Tottenham right now for today actually, for solidly today, the top of the table. Unless United beat West Brom tonight 4 times, which would break the rules.
That would break the rules. But you know what it is? Like, you got that doesn't work. But no, the thing is, like, I today Chelsea went top of the table, right, and we were only top until right now, and you absolutely take that because that means you're in the conversation for winning the league.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably a more impressive win as well, isn't it? Beating City than beating Chelsea. Beating Newcastle to get top.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like, this was the game that when we were trying to win the league against Leicester, we kind of panic about and then lose.
So Boyette said if
Leicester
City draw, that puts Leicester on 19 and Liverpool on 18, so that nothing changes then if that game's ends
looking at the league table, if Liverpool win 11-0, then they go top.
God. Yeah, they need to win by a little margin there.
That is the thing. That's the thing about Tottenham and Chelsea as well, which makes this very interesting. That goal difference.
Yeah.
because that shows that goal difference is the best way to tell if you're actually a better team than other teams. Like points can come and go, but goal difference is a way to, if you've been smashing teams up 5-4, 3-0, so Tottenham and Chelsea are there, and we are the best two teams in the league right now. We are better teams than Leicester and Liverpool this season.
This season so far. Obviously, anything could change, but
Tottenham have lost one, and it was. We got shocked by Everton at the start of the season. A new look Everton side. I'll bang on about this all season. We got shocked by a ridiculous handball decision against Newcastle after the 90th minute.
There was so much about it.
The Lanzini strike is. The Lanzini. Yeah, it wasn't even a foul that led to it, was it?
Yeah, exactly.
The Lanzini strike, I give more credit to because we deserved. We bottled it. We did, and I hate to use the Tottenham bottled it thing, but we did shit ourselves, didn't we? We shat the bed. So as much as that strike is 1 in 100 and shouldn't have happened, we let it happen. So I will not defend that one too much, but in terms of the Everton game, in terms of the Newcastle game, Tottenham could quite easily be 5 points ahead of where they are now.
I would also say, in Chelsea's defence, we had Kepa in goal for the first couple of games. So.
Yeah, but you spent 70 million on him, so I've got no sympathy for that.
That's a big shout, massive shout. Well, listen, lads, any final thoughts before we end the stream?
No, have we got any more comments before we go?
We've got anything? Ace is off to have his beans on toast, so have fun with that, mate.
See you later, Ace.
Cheers, have that. Enjoy. He did say, even though it's a breakfast, good lad. Boye said, answer this one quickly. Do you believe in a Tottenham Arsenal rivalry?
Do I believe in it?
Yeah.
I'd say it's more on Tottenham's end than Arsenal's.
Like the tooth fairy.
Mate, I would personally say it's top 2 or 3 rivalries in the UK. I would say, because I would say
disagree with Ross there. I think it's more. I think it's just as Arsenal based. It's such a balanced rivalry because if it wasn't that, it would be Tottenham West Ham, where Tottenham are there right, okay, West Ham, you've beaten us, but we're not actually. We don't like losing to you because you're annoying, but when it comes to Arsenal, they shit themselves against us. They're so angry and passionate. They hate us. They're so scared of what Tottenham have become over the past 10 years. They're so terrified. They are. Yes, it is easily
it's top 3 derbies
rivalries in the UK.
Top 3.
It's Celtic Rangers. We won't get into this fully, but it's Celtic Rangers.
Celtic Rangers.
Tottenham Arsenal.
Villa Blues.
Brighton Crystal Palace.
Villa Blues. No, it's a horrible derby.
Liverpool United, Rangers. Right. Yes, we believe in it.
Jose is a winner. We'll end on Jose is an absolute winner. Because he won stuff for Chelsea.
He's bending down right now while we're in the ad break. He's bending down and he's tickling Guardiola's balls. I called it, and you know what? I went big on the podcast, and I said this was going to happen, and it did. Because you know what? Here at the Back Post, watch back the podcast. It's only 18 minutes. I say City aren't scary. Tottenham are better. We're going to do them, and Bernardo Silva's not going to score. So what you should take away from this, whoever's still here, is the Back Post knows football.
I also said Chelsea would win 2-0 against Newcastle, so we're fucking geniuses. Right, thanks for watching, everyone.
I said 3-1, yes. No, but also thanks for watching, and also genuinely thank you for engaging, and thank you for, you've made this a really easy stream to do. It's been great.
It's been really good. We really appreciate anyone that drops by.
For not, Ross would normally be sat here on the sofa and I'd be sat over there, but here we are.
Big up, Ross.
Times. And let's twat Chelsea.
Yeah.
We'll be back for that game where Chelsea beat Spurs on the weekend. Thanks for watching, everyone. Love you all.
See you later.